Looks as if the ivy has killed the tree and is now attacking the house. Quite convenient for a burglar, but as long as I'm allowed to roam freely, I'm not gonna start climbing around on the facade. That way leads deeper into the garden. It's all overgrown and fallen. Hey, Lewis.
You again? I thought you'd been thrown out.
Lady Victoria gave me permission to have a look around the castle and the gardens.
How nice of her. What do you want?
What can you tell me about the castle?
Nothing. A big, ugly building.
With an overgrown garden.
What have I got to do with that?
Aren't you the gardener?
My garden's a few 100 miles west of here.
In Wales.
That's right.
So you just do the bare minimum here, if at all.
The garden's too big for one man alone. House is falling apart.
You're hoping that Lady Eleanor will return.
Perhaps.
That's a nice car.
Certainly is. The only decent surprise here. I discovered it behind the steer. My father used to work on a car like
Do you
this.
sometimes take it out for a spin? To the coast, for example?
I drive the ladies. They're used to snow. This is the only pair of wheels. Bates usually walks to the village.
You weren't at the coast with the car this morning.
No.
What can you tell me about Lady Eleanor?
If you want to know something about Lady Eleanor, then you better ask Lady Eleanor.
You mean she's egotistical?
She threw everything away and fled here in a mad rush after Sir Richard.
The castle and the garden in Wales reminded her...
And she should have thought of the family history. You don't just give up an house with generations
How
of...
did her husband die?
He blew himself up. Did all kinds of strange in the last years he became obsessed with uncovering the secret of what drove. He hardly left his lab anymore.
Bates seems to be very tired.
He's terminally ill. The doctors say it's a miracle he's still alive. But let me tell you, Bates will kick the bucket on the very same day that Lady I think he just finds it
He says he's worked for the Gordons for more than 70 years and that he knows all their secrets.
I'd believe that at the drop of a hat. No one knows the castle, but when it gets to his own bonce, he's getting forgetful.
Lewis, do you believe in ghosts? Some tourists claim they've seen some here.
Oh, yeah, the reputed ghost. They besieged us for weeks on end after Murray planted that rumour. A whole pack of them completely trapped the garden.
Lady Eleanor said she gave you the option of going back home to Wales, and even offered some money to get you set up.
I don't know what that's got to do with you.
I just find it strange. You desperately want to go back, and are even offered some money, too.
And then? Work as a caretaker in a new bloody housing estate? I've offered more than once to look after the castle in Wales and keep it in working order. Apparently there's not enough money.
So it's not so much about going back to Wales.
That's right.
What you really want is to turn back. Well,
Not if I...
An old wooden ladder. Lewis toolbox. Various wrenches, a claw. Huh. I think I'll... The gate must have been replaced. The floor here is rain soaked. The floor. An old wooden I don't want to go up there. Apparently, if you were to guide your judging by its an ancient well. There used to be some sort of device hanging on this. Who have we got here? Huh. I bet the raven stole the piece of mosaic from Angelina. He doesn't like that at all. I gotta be careful. Ravens have got hard beaks that are sharp as knives. They can really make a mess of you. Ow! The critter starts pecking. As long as the bird's in the nest, I've got no chance. Hello.
Oh, hello. A living soul, here?
My name is Falk, Inspector Falk. I'm a policeman.
A copper? How exciting.
Do you know this woman?
Never seen her before. Looks a bit like a snob.
I don't suppose there are pictures of all the cooks who have worked here by any chance.
No idea. Must be ages ago, though. Ask Bates, he knows everything.
I'd prefer not to
Then
ask.
I don't know either.
You and Bates look after everything here?
Well, looking after. Bates does most
Isn't
of it.
that your
That's
job?
what he says all the time. But being honest, I'd expected something quite different, you know? I mean, you'd expect the odd soiree.
Or cute prince.
Well, Charles is off the market now. But anyone under 80 would do this place a world of good.
Lewis seems to take care of his car rather better than the garden.
That's for sure.
Has he driven?
This morning? Yeah, he did. I heard him
But you didn't see him.
I know exactly what that car sounds like. When he's working on it,
But you weren't able to see whether or not Lewis or someone...
Lewis is the only one who drives.
Okay. What can you tell me about Lewis?
A disgusting man. But he's just as boring. And in a permanent...
Is Lady Victoria a good boss?
I don't know. Bates all the... When I first came here, I made her ladyship a few suggestions on how she must... Since then, I always have...
What's wrong with Lady Eleanor?
What could be wrong with her? Snore. Sits around all day eating...
Anything else?
She plays piano for Lady Victoria every... You know? It's about time I got myself another position.
You want to
Yeah,
leave?
sooner rather than later. Maybe to a movie or a pop star's house. Somewhere where things are a bit lively at least.
Can you tell me anything about Samuel's ghost? Apparently it's been seen by a few tourists.
Oh yeah, I've seen it too. Out one of the windows. It scared the living daylights out of me. A gruesome...
Huh. That's true.
I don't remember exactly. I think it was in the Forbidden Wing.
Forbidden Wing.
Yeah, you know, what's behind the locked door in the hall.
Okay. I won't keep...
Don't worry about it.
A pair of old teaspoons. They're all well. I'm just gonna take a spoon. I knotted the spoon to the thread. You're not gonna... The floor here is... Ow! The critter starts pecking as long as the bird's in the nest. Let's try it. Look at this! A shiny spoon! Excellent. Angelina's mosaic piece. A piece of mosaic for a spoon. An empty vase. It looks old, like everything. Coffee grinder is the last thing I'd have expected in an English castle, but it looks really new and unused. 2 little metal pots. No. A kitchen range. Old. Looks as if everything's ripped. Lady Victoria's on the phone. Let's see.
I don't know if it's him. Don't we have a photograph?
Young man, it's not befitting, even for a policeman, to eavesdrop behind closed doors.
I didn't mean to. Pardon me. Were they talking about me? But why should Lady Victoria, of all people, cooperate with the Order? She's got more of a reason than anyone else to want to put an end to the curse. A huge metal globe. A monstrous thing. There's some letters engraved in the stone plate on the globe's pedestal. There are names. A whole series of them. Wait a minute. The first name is Maximilian Mortimer Gordon. That's the name from Angelina's notes. Does that mean... Can't hear anything, but the stone slab could be the lid of a secret compartment in the globe's pedestal, and it would be an ideal hiding place for a piece of mosaic. As long as the ladies are sitting in the hall, I can't search for the piece of mosaic undetected. I need to lure them away somehow. Ring for tea time. That would get the ladies out of the hall and leave me to have a good go at the stone slab by the globe.
Don't touch! Please excuse me, but this teapot is very old, and Bates has told me many times that I must look after it carefully. He's just popped down to the village to get some tea. We've run out.
There's no more tea? I didn't even think that'd be possible in an English castle.
Bates said that the tea had gone bad. He got rid of it.
A large double-winged door. It's locked.
Inspector, you have no reason to be here. This door...
Certainly, madam. Why is she making such a big deal about this door? It's locked. An antique vase, an old-fashioned So much for the nakedness in England. 4 naked girls at once here. A pile of towels. Small. Powder, makeup, and so on. An old-fashioned bathtub. A lion's head. I think the lion was a symbol of immortality in ancient times. What's that got to do with a bathtub? What an effort it must take to keep this old tiled floor. I can imagine Bates checking. A tap, like any other you might have found in this country 50 years ago. The door is locked. That's the Gordon's family tree. Almost the same as the one in Wales. That's the Gordon's family. A little side table with a tea service on it, but no tea and no teapot. Bibles and religious texts. The encyclopedia, Shakespeare drama, stories, adventures. Side table with a little side. At its peak, the British Empire encompassed around a quarter of the globe is from this period. Look like good should. Dirty. Oh, what a mess. Good day, Sally.
Yes?
Do you know what's behind the locked door in the hall?
I've asked myself that question too. But you can't get a thing out of Bates about it. Once, he got me listening at the door. He gave me such a telling off, like nothing I've ever known before. He was so mad, he nearly collapsed. He was coughing blood and I had to hold him up. I've been giving the door a wide berth since then.
I've got to find out what's behind that door. The rooms there would be an ideal hiding place for one of the mosaic tiles. I noticed that the bathroom floor up there is extremely dirty.
What? Not again?
It looks like boot prints.
I've told Lewis a million times he shouldn't come through the house in his muddy boots. Damn it. I better clean that up before the old git notices it. Otherwise, he'll have me cleaning it again and again.
Sally is distracted. Time to secretly... And then try to work out where I can get some tea and short. So, the teapot and service are already in place. Now we just need some tea. It'll be dangerous for me in the village. The Order will definitely be looking for me there. But it'd be a good opportunity to see if Bates is trying to alert the Order. I'm gonna have to go back to the village and get some tea. But before I enter the lion's den, I'm gonna take some precautions. It'd be best if I lure the entire Order in the hotel. Then I can walk around the village square in relative peace. Here's a phone. Then... Murray? Hello. Darren Michaels here. Oh, I'll be leaving today. I'll be at the hotel in about half an hour. No, I just wanted to let you know so you can write the bill. Nothing to pay? Oh, right. I paid in advance. Never mind, now you know. See you in half an hour, Murray. See you soon. Okay, so Murray knows. If I'm not completely mistaken, most of the Order will be waiting for me at the hotel in half an hour. To the village. Let's see what he's really up to. I thought so. I hardly believed he was shopping in the library. Damn it, Tom's here again. So Bates has got something to do with the Order. I gotta get closer, but better around the outside.
Gopher.
But you are generously compensated.
Yeah. You know exactly how much I need this bloody compensation.
I will not tolerate that tone of voice. You know.
All right, man. I'll go and look for her.
Thank you very much.
Interesting. better. Public festival. And at least it's simply not worth... I don't reckon I... Locked. Damn. Where else can I get a key in this dump of a place? How fitting. Cracking Tom's door with his own tool. The same principle as in the hotel. The wire snapped. But I've achieved what I wanted to. Ah, there's the tea I need. Now, quickly back to the castle. I guess Bates isn't back yet. Everything's ready. Just need some hot water. I'll just let Sally know. Good day, Sally.
Yes?
Sally, Bates has asked me to tell you that you can announce tea time today. Now all we're missing is the hot water.
Oh, so I'm good enough for that now, am I?
He was rather exhausted after doing the shopping.
No wonder. I don't understand why he simply didn't tell.
I do. There's an ornate fence or some kind of barrier around the globe. No idea what. There's an ornate fence or some kind of barrier around the globe. No idea. I'm almost certain there's a secret compartment. I'm almost certain. Insanity is hereditary. The apparition pointed to these tiles. It won't move at all. Whoa! There's a cavity behind it. There's nothing else in the cavity. A handwritten page from a book. It looks like it's from William Gordon's diary, with additions from his grandson, Samuel. As far as I know, they both fell from one of the castle towers. Now, did Samuel rip out the page and hide it first? But then, why? Huh. There are lots of little pyramids or triangles scribbled on the page in a circle. 3 of them have been crossed out. Now, I've seen these triangles. Most of the ripped out pages don't tell me much, but this drawing with the pyramids looks strangely familiar to me. They seem to be the same pyramid. Let's see. You can push them in. Most of the ripped out pages don't. Most of the ripped out. Most of the ripped out. Yes, finished. But nothing's happening. I knew it. A secret compartment. And inside there is the second piece of mosaic.
What are you doing there, sir?
I was just looking at this space here. Unusual.
Indeed it is. There was always a stone slab there before.
Perhaps someone removed it.
I will ask Sally about that.
That was close.
Lady Victoria, I've just returned from the village and
Very good, Bates. Take a break for half an hour. No debate now.
Mr. Bates?
Yes?
I've noticed a huge locked door on the ground floor.
I'd keep away from that, sir.
Why?
There was fire in the rooms through there some years ago. But the damage was never properly repaired. The walls have been ruined by rainwater, and the beams have been rotting for 20 years or more. I think you'd risk your life going into that wing of the house.
Lady Victoria.
Yes, sir?
She seems to me to be rather bitter.
She is a dignified old lady who has to bear a greater burden than I would wish for her.
The death of her husband and her 2 sons, the murders, the castle's decline, the end of the family line.
You said it, sir.
What can you tell me about Lady Eleanor?
If you want to know something, why don't you ask her yourself?
I'd like to hear your opinion. Why do you think she brought Lewis here with her?
And what do you mean by that, sir? And she treats her servants accordingly.
But neither Lewis nor Lady Eleanor give the impression...
I would be aware of that, and I can tell you that your surmising is incorrect.
Are you not feeling too well, Mr. Bates?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Perhaps you should have a lie down.
I'll have a lie down when I have time to do so. The work won't get done on its own.
Sally could do it.
I doubt that very much.
That must have been quite some fire to destroy the wing like that.
It was a dreadful tragedy, such as we've already suffered too many times here. It must now be 24 years ago. We were hoping that he would one day take over the castle from his father. But then, they had not even been here for 6 months.
Did anyone know how the fire started?
No. Master Samuel lost his wife in the fire, and then vanished for the next 12 years.
You don't think too much of Sally, then?
I don't think too much of her work.
So why do you employ her?
It wasn't my idea. Her ladyship insisted.
Not a great choice, apparently.
It won't last long. She'll soon have enough, and...
Were there any other victims of the fire? Anyone injured, perhaps?
Our cook at the time was the first to discover the fire and tried to pull young Mrs. Gordon from the flame. But she injured her back very badly and had... Why are you...
Well, the young lady at the lighthouse was also burnt.
I find...
What kind of a man was he, this Samuel Gordon?
His father sent him up. His behavior improved at the school. The teachers described he got to know Miss Catherine after being at school. A wonderful, good-hearted woman. They were married.
What do you mean, seemed?
Well, there were some arguments when they lived.
Was he violent?
To her, I don't really. Miss Catherine was unhappy, and if there hadn't been some wonderful... It could have been noticeable to us at that time. The two, after his wife's death, this nasty side of him...
That is, until he returned and slaughtered some...
It's terrible. We all wonder ourselves.
I'll catch you later, Bates.
Goodbye, sir.
Curtains in the bathroom. Oh well, to each their own. Sally put her cleaning things down here. I'll take the mop with me. I'll lay the mop head directly over the plug hole. That should create a distraction. Mr. Bates?
Yes?
Mr. Bates, the bathroom's underwater.
Sorry?
I was just going past the bathroom and the water was already washing into the hall.
Can you please get Sally, sir?
If Sally doesn't go to the bathroom soon, then Bates will go get her himself. Fine. Good day, Sally.
Yes?
Sally, quick! The bathroom's underwater.
What?
Bates is really mad.
Oh, me? But I really don't know how that could have
I've
happened.
had enough of yours.
But I have never left the flannel in the back.
Oh, her
They're
ladyship.
both occupied. Bates is... You can see straight away that Bates isn't well. Bates would be better off. The butler is an orderly. Bates isn't gonna leave any... There are clothes and underwear inside. So what does Bates read then? Heinlein. The bottle probably contains pure oxygen. It helps sick people. This bedpost looks... There's a slot in the side of the post. What have we got here? A small metal box. A few documents. And a photo. That's my mother. It's a picture of Mom, Bates, and a few other servants in the snow in front of the entrance portal. Underneath it says, "The Good Spirits of Black Mirror Castle, Christmas 1969. That doesn't add up. I was born in February 1970, and in this picture, my mother doesn't look at all like she's 7 months pregnant. Does that mean... No. The photo must have been labeled wrong. A checkbook, a few notifications. The handwriting is an exact match too. And am I really just looking for my father? This thing here could still be interesting. That looks like some kind of a aid memoir that Bates has written out. He must have conceded that his memory wasn't getting any better. He wanted to play it safe. It says here, on Sir Egmont's portrait, the builder's eldest sister, my Christian name, the nymph's numbers. Either the writing on the photo is wrong, or not just looking for my father. The pictures. Could it be Sir Egmont? It's too heavy for a jewelry box. almost looks like a combination lock, just with symbols instead of numbers. Who am I kidding? There are thousands of possible combinations. I'm not gonna get any further with trial and error. I first need to find out which symbols are the right ones. Hopefully, they're both still occupied.
We're going to discuss this immediately.
But nothing happened!
Only because the police officer...
They're going downstairs. Excellent. In all the commotion, Bates will have forgotten that he didn't lock his room. A pile of towels. I'll never be able to look at them. I'll never be able to... Is there a Sir Egmont in the Gordon family?
Sir Egmont? No. That doesn't ring a bell at all.
Or perhaps is there someone in the area with the name?
No. I'm sorry. Not that I know of.
Strange. Someone who Bates knows. Can you tell me Bates' first name?
Now that's all. Please ask him yourself, Mr.
If that was only so simple. As I understand it, this house was built by your two ancestors, Marcus and Mordred. Is that correct?
Well, they at least laid the foundation stone. Most of
Not the rest.
Oh no. You don't seem to be
Who gave the castle its present-day look?
Many of the masters of Black Mirror improved, but the one who really had the greatest influence on the fabric of the castle, as you see it now, was Frederick Arthur Gordon.
Frederick Arthur Gordon, then. Your domestic help, this Sally...
Ah, have you already met her?
She,
With us old people,
She seems to be the exact opposite.
That's a sharp observation.
Perhaps he wanted to demonstrate.
I know exactly what I have in him. I will look for the next domestic help.
Victoria, would you please tell me what's behind the locked door?
Only an unused wing of the house.
Could I have a quick look in there?
No, unfortunately not. Though for your own sake.
Absolutely. I'll go and take a bit of a look.
Of course.
So, Frederick Arthur Gordon, where are you? Ah, here he is. Frederick had 4 sisters. The oldest answered to the pretty name of Rose.